So this video is going to be about like minimalism for guys. Unfortunately, since I'm going to talk about it for a little bit, since I can't edit, it's going to be a little boring, but you know, it's still some interesting topics, I suspect. For some people, it's a big movement that I suppose I got into in the last couple of years, is the minimalism, just kind of mindset and practical ways to just declutter your life. So, I mean, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, is kind of when I saw this one video. I would have to link it in the description if I can figure out how. We'll see. I'm sure I can do it down the road when I figure out how. And it can't be that difficult. But I forget what the channel was that I saw it on. Well, I'll link it in the description. It's fantastic. I mean, the guy's like ultra minimalist. I mean, he has like two of, things that most people have a bunch of, like a jacket, a t-shirt, two t-shirts maybe. I didn't go that far, but kind of around that time, I was changing rooms in my house, and I just did a massive purge. I threw away anything that didn't fit clothes-wise at the time, and there's things that are hard to get rid of for sure, but a big thing, just for some motivation, is once it's gone, you don't think about it really ever again. It is out of sight, out of mind. It certainly is. So, there's some things you have some sentiment that certainly have some sentimental value, and there's things you can't get rid of. But things, if you're really even remotely debating it, chances are you can get rid of it. So at that point, I did a lot of minimalism and a lot of decluttering, and it was a cool time because I was going from a smaller room to a bigger room, so I just had like space for everything. Everything had its home, and it was quite nice. But this was not my own house. This was in a house that I was living in with at the time 2 other roommates. So that minimalist mindset was only in the bedroom, in my bedroom, which was the master bedroom, the room I moved into at the time. So it definitely is a place that I spent some time. But the rest of the house, if you're not on the same page with the people you live with, like remotely, you could minimalize till you're blue in the face. It's not gonna last, in the sense that other people will just take that space that you decluttered. So I didn't really tackle it in the house as much, but I have moved since then. My girlfriend and I live together now, and we have a really nice place in the city we live in. Town, it's not a city. And it really caters to the minimalist lifestyle. I'm sitting at a card table right now, which of course is the most aesthetically gorgeous thing, and because I sold the kitchen table which I had, it was a large oak table, and I sold it on Craigslist. Craigslist is my godsend. I love Craigslist. I've gotten rid of plenty of things and purchased some things on Craigslist, and definitely always had a great experience with Craigslist. Always. I have not had a bad experience with Craigslist. Knock on wood. Don't have any wood to knock on, but it's okay. So, it comes down to just starting the journey. There's some fantastic videos. Hopefully this will be some motivation, but there's some fantastic videos on minimalism on the internet, and some good channels you could find. I don't have anything specific to send you to, any specific place. Just search minimalism. It's just an amazing thing, and it's such a great segue into the vegan lifestyle. All I ever drink is water. I drink alcohol. I drink beer and wine. I work part-time in the wine industry, but not profusely. Maybe a night or two a week, if that. Not to hide anything, I just don't drink that often. I'll buy a beer with dinner and stuff. I'm not like a militant, prana, meditation, which I guess I meditate every so often, but I'm not like purity vegan. I know people would talk shit and whatever about drinking beer. Whatever, get over it. It is my life. But 90% of the time drinking water. I do juice oranges. You can go back to my old channel, which is the same channel, but old videos and you can see my, juicing of oranges. I have a bag of oranges right there to juice. And yeah, it definitely is a fantastic setting. Once you start decluttering, all you want to do is start decluttering inside you as well. And meat and dairy and eggs and all that shit is about as cluttering as anything that you could consume could be. I'd say it's worse than drugs. Most drugs, that is. Most light drugs. Let me drink some water real quick. Best water in the world, by the way. Spring water. So, I'm going to talk about the minimalism lifestyle, and I'll definitely give you a tour of my house. It's not the cleanest right now. It's not messy by any means, but I didn't plan on showing you the house yet, so I'm all attached to the tripod and stuff. But I'll show you the house and kind of how we interpret minimalism in our world. It's still literally a daily thing. It's not militant by any means. It's just like it feels good to declutter and get rid of things that are stagnant. It's a stagnant energy. That's the whole concept of it. Something's not moving. It's a dead energy, and that's just going to drain. It's just a drain on the space, which ends up being a drain on you. So, I mean, when I got rid of this kitchen with dining table that was taking up all this space in here, oh my gosh, I just couldn't wait to get home and just experience it. It was like such a weight had been lifted. I don't know if there was some energy in the table or whatever, but I could definitely see that being a thing because of the vibes that I got after it was gone. So, toy with it. See how it affects you. How the concept affects you. Just dwell on it for a bit. I would recommend. It's just so it caters to every part of a lifestyle, really. Whether it's fitness, you can be minimalism in your fitness regime, just cycling, compared to driving a car. That's minimalist. You're not using a resource other than the carbohydrates you consume that day or what have you. I don't know. It's just a soothing thing in my mentality. I'm kind of OCD, so minimalism works for me in that sense. But yeah. I want to talk more about minimalism. It's definitely an inspiration for me. Hopefully it'll be an inspiration for all of y'all. And yeah, let me know what you want to hear about it. I'll definitely, give you a tour of the house, of the grounds, of kind of, what that means for us. But we're still, partway through the journey, My girlfriend has gotten more and more on board. She wasn't like minimalist mindset at the beginning, and then she starts getting interested in purging. We have a bag downstairs to go donate to some Goodwill type thing or thrift store. So that's, and then you kind of drop something off, and then you always like end up finding one thing or two at the thrift stores. It's actually a lot of fun thrifting. I was totally anti thrift store back in the day. Some of them can have a weird smell, but these days I'm a fan. And you don't have this urge to buy things as much. That's for sure, for me. I wasn't ever, back in the day maybe, but in the last 5-10 years, I've not been that much of a shopper. That's for sure. And, making money off the stuff isn't bad either. There's so many apps. My girlfriend uses Mercari and Vinted, I think is another one. I don't use those things. I just use Craigslist and I donate the other stuff. Because the positive energy is all the reward I honestly need. But for bigger things like the kitchen table, which I made a few $100 off of, I was stoked on that. Made me very happy. And I have other things to sell, like an old bed frame and stuff. If anyone wants a bed frame, let me know. When you happen to be in California. So we'll talk more about it. That's what I wanted to get out right now. Another video's uploading to YouTube right now, so I'm decided to make another one. And minimalism is a fantastic thing. So, holla. Like it. Share it. Yeah. If you like the idea of minimalism, let me know. I can definitely pound out more content quite easily. And the more research I do, the more knowledge I'll have to bestow upon all you YouTube liking human beings. So, talk to you soon, and purge one thing. If you haven't ever minimalized, purge one thing. See how it feels. The one thing that you just are like so over, just get rid of it. Go give it to someone else, or donate it to a shelter, or what have you. You know what I mean. Till next time. VEGANARCHY for the win.